The United States of plugging millions of dollars into funding biolabs in Ukraine, all of which were possibly involved in trying to produce biological weapons. After first accusing Kyiv of developing dirty bombs, the Russian Defense Ministry has said that it has proof that Ukraine is collaborating with the United States to develop biological weapons and spent over $200 million to do so. A network of over 30 biological laboratories have been created. Some of them are research labs and others are sanitary ones. Russia claims that some labs in Lviv were conducting work with infectious agents of plague, anthrax and brucellosis. The labs in Kharkiv and Poltava were working with infectious agents of diphtheria, salmonellus and dysentery. Lieutenant General Igor Kirillov, head of the Russian Armed Forces Nuclear, Biological and Chemical Protection Troops, stated that the biolab's activities, as well as the so-called reform program of Ukraine's healthcare system executed by the U.S., has led to an increase in cases of highly dangerous and economically significant infections. China has meanwhile urged the United States to clarify its biological activities for military purposes at home and abroad. The United States is yet to comment on the statement by Russian Defense Ministry.
Biological research facilities, which in fact we are now quite concerned Russian forces may be seeking to gain control of. So we are working with the Ukrainians on how they can prevent any of those research materials from falling into the hands of Russian forces should they approach.
And in terms of Putin giving the message that it's okay to invade countries, I think the United States sent that message when it invaded Afghanistan. I think the United States gave that message when it invaded Syria. I think the United States gave that message when they murdered Muammar Gaddafi in Libya. And we, of course, can't forget what we did to Saddam Hussein in Iraq. So, and by the way, Putin isn't trying to take over Ukraine. If he wanted to do that, it would have been done 3 or 4 days ago.
So what is he trying to do if he's not trying to take over Ukraine?
He's trying to demilitarize and denazify the country.
And in the process is invading and destroying civilian locations, and civilians are dying along the way, being killed along the way, and the accusation that the Ukraine is run by Nazis that's debatable, and it's also hard to understand.
I didn't say it was run by Nazis. I didn't say it was run by Nazis. What I said is there's a very strong Nazi contingent called the Azov Brigade in Ukraine that the United States through the CIA has been funding, training, and used in 2014 to overthrow the democratically elected government of Viktor Yanukovych.
Let me pull Mary in here.
As a bushwhacking guerrilla army, we're going to be doing one thing and one thing only: killing Nazis. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I sure as hell didn't come down from the goddamn Smoky Mountains, cross 5,000 miles of water, fight my way through half of Sicily, and jump out of a fucking airplane to teach the Nazis lessons in humanity. Nazi ain't got no humanity. They're the foot soldiers of a Jew-hating, mass-murdering maniac, and they need to be destroyed. That's why any and every sumbitch we find wearing a Nazi uniform, they're gonna die.